and these sp2 hybrid orbitals of both the carbon atoms are showing overlapping with 1s orbital of hydrogen atom results in the formation of sp2s sigma bond, that is 1s orbital of hydrogen and is responsible for the formation of the sigma bond of the type sp2s. And same here, that is the 1s orbital of hydrogen, 1s orbital of the hydrogen atom, and bond length of this bond is nearly 108 picometer, and this bond length, that pi bond, is approximately 134 picometer in accordance of its bond length. And this hydrogen, carbon and hydrogen will going to form the bond angle is of nearly 170 degrees Celsius, and the bond angle of hydrogen, carbon and this carbon, that is hydrogen, carbon and carbon, this bond angle is nearly 121 degrees Celsius, and this angle, as I have told you here, is of 170 degree. Clear? And the next is the sp hybridization. In sp hybridization we have to take the example of the ethyne molecule, that is the hydrogen, carbon, triple bond, carbon and hydrogen. So let's start. That is, in sp hybridization, example of ethyne, that is C2H2 molecule. In the formation of the ethyne molecule, both the carbon atoms undergo sp hybridization having two unhybridized orbital, that is 2py and 2px. Clear? That is, when you are going to rewrite the configuration for carbon here, that will be for C1, I am going to write it, that is 2s and 2p orbitals, that is 2px and 2py and 2pz orbital. This is the 2s orbital. Clear? And first, second, third and fourth, these orbitals are hybridized and responsible for the formation of sp hybrid orbitals, means two orbitals are sp hybrid in this case, and rest of these two are unhybridized orbitals. Unhybridized orbitals that will going to take part in the formation of the pi bond. Clear? Same for the second carbon atom, that is the first electron, and these two orbitals will be sp hybridized and these two are unhybridized. So these p y and 2pz orbitals in both cases will going to form pi bond by sidewise overlapping. Clear? So we can see the orbital diagram also, that will be so up to this point. Clear? That is the both the carbon atoms undergo sp hybridization and having two unhybridized orbitals, that is 2py and 2px, and one sp hybrid orbital of one carbon atom overlap axially with the sp hybrid orbital of the other carbon atom to form carbon-carbon sigma bonds, as shown here. This is the first sp hybrid orbital of the carbon atom will going to show overlapping here, and the second sp hybrid orbital will going to take part in the sp-s type bond, that is the sigma bond formation, because one s orbital of the hydrogen atom and sp hybrid orbital of the carbon atom will going to take part in the bonding here. Clear? While the other hybridized orbital of each carbon atom overlaps axially with the half-filled s orbital of the hydrogen atom, forming sigma bonds, each of the two unhybridized p orbitals of both the carbon atoms overlap sidewise to form two pi bonds, between the carbon atoms of, so the triple bond between the two carbon atom is made up of 1 sigma and 2 pi bonds. Clear? So this is the overall orbital overlapping diagrams. So in this diagram, that is the sp hybrid orbitals that are involved in the formation of the sigma bond, this bond. Clear? And rest of the hybrid orbital taking part in the formation of the sp s type sigma bond with the hydrogen atom. This is shown in separate diagram because this is the sigma bond formation shown and this is the pi bond formation shown. Clear? In separate form. We can also draw this diagram in we can also show both sigma and pi bonds in one diagram also with the help of the orbital overlapping concept. Clear? So see, these two are unhybridized orbitals that are these two unhybridized orbitals that are lying perpendicularly on both the this is the first perpendicularly lying orbital and this is the second py orbital, which will going to form pi bond, and the electron cloud above and below the plane will going to remain the same. This is the overlapping of sidewise overlapping of 2p x orbital of the both the carbon atoms and 2p y orbitals of the both carbon atoms. So this is the example of the sp hybridization in case of the ethyne molecule. Clear? I hope up to this point the overall concept of hybridization is clear to you, and there are some other examples of hybridizations are also. For example, the orbitals which are going to having d orbital, then how we can calculate the hybridization in those cases, because till now we have learned about the concept of the hybridization with the help of the s and p orbitals only, and in case of the involvement of the d orbitals, how we can calculate the hybridization, we have to see this now. For example, we are having the example of PCl5 molecule. In PCl5 molecule, configuration is 3s2 and 3p3 and 3d orbital is totally empty. Clear? So this is the 3s orbital and that will be the 3p orbital. This is the 3d orbital, 3s2 orbital, and then 1, 2 and 3. Clear? This is the ground state configuration, and in excited state this electron will going to shift here because phosphorus is having 5 ligands. According to valence shell electron pair theory, you have seen that each ligand will going to share its electrons with the half filled orbitals of these central metal atom and going to surround the central metal atom by forming the covalent bonds. First, second, third, fourth and this one. Now the hybridization for this molecule phosphorus pentachloride is, this is the s orbital and 3p orbital and 1 d orbital, that is sp3d type hybridization. Clear? Similarly, in case of sf6 molecule, once you have to try by yourself, its hybridization will going to be sp3d2 and its geometry will be octahedral, and for PCl5 that is trigonal by pyramidal. Clear? That is TB-P type geometry. Clear? With the hybridization you have to keep in mind the geometries of the molecules also. Clear?